From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 13th, 2025. Sirens sounded across central Israel and Jerusalem today after a ballistic missile was fired by the Houthis in Yemen. The IDF said it was intercepted and there were no injuries reported. The IDF also, together with Israel's security agency, said it conducted a precise airstrike on Hamas terrorists today in Gaza in a command and control center in an underground terrorist infrastructure site beneath a hospital in Khan Yunis, saying Hamas continues to use hospitals in Gaza for terrorist activity, demonstrating its cynical and brutal use of the civilian population in the hospital and its surroundings, noting that prior to and during the strike, numerous steps were taken to mitigate the risk of harming civilians. The IDF also hit a Hezbollah terrorist today in Lebanon who was operating, it said, at the site that the IDF hit last week, from which Hezbollah's fire and defense system was directed, saying the restoration of the site and the activities there constitute a blatant violation of the understandings between Israel and Lebanon. Well, more now on the release yesterday of American-Israeli IDF Staff Sergeant Idan Alexander after 584 days of Hamas captivity in Gaza. Idan, who is still undergoing medical examinations in the hospital, spoke today with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from the hospital, who told him the whole people of Israel are overjoyed. This is simply a wonderful moment. The Prime Minister asking Idan how he felt, Idan answered, "This is crazy. It is unbelievable. I am fine, weak, but we will slowly return to what we were before. It is all a matter of time." Idan, who appeared pale and weak upon his release, was reportedly physically and mentally abused and tortured in captivity. The Prime Minister also spoke with U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff from the hospital, expressing his gratitude to the U.S. Witkoff, who helped facilitate the release, visited Idan in the hospital today, saying the world is inspired by his courage and resilience. His return gives hope to so many. Witkoff said he and Idan also spoke over the phone with President Trump, whose leadership, Witkoff said, made this possible. We remain committed to bringing every last hostage home. Witkoff also met today with hostage families, together with U.S. hostage envoy Adam Bowler. The Hostage Families Forum saying that both officials emphasized their personal commitment to bringing back all the remaining hostages, the living and the deceased. The U.S. envoys were heading to Doha, Qatar today, as was Israel's negotiating team, in continued efforts to try and reach an agreement that would see the hostages release. The 58 hostages still held captive in Gaza have now been captive for 585 days. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, May the 13th. At 7 o'clock, Rabbis Yitz, Greenberg, and Shai held discuss Judaism's celebration of life. At 8, Justin Pine speaks with Rabbi Beryl Gershenfeld on his unique approach to educating young adults on college campuses. At 9, Burt Visotzky is on L'chaim. At 10, it's Good Week Israel, and at 10:30, an encore of the news. And coming up next, it's the ILTV's Insider. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 13th, 2025. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.